You are watching Area DMG.
Welcome back to Area DMG. I'm your host, Philip Wesley, the Mile High Mouth, and today we're going to talk about, well, Shephy. Shephy. I don't really know how to pronounce this. I just know it's like $5 on the eShop. It's from Arc System Works, you know, the people who put out Comico here in the United States, Adventure Playing Service, and this person named Pawn who made a card game, which this is based off of. This is a single-player, solitaire-like card game, and if I may be a bit cliche, it is essentially the Dark Souls of deck-building sheep games. Okay, that's really niche, but let me go ahead and explain a little bit about this game. There's a couple things in it. There's a basic mode, which just lets you play a challenge mode where you're trying to go through and get a high score. The post-loves thing, which is the actual storyline for this game. A practice mode, of course, and of course different extras, records, and galleries and such. As you can tell from that weird little cartoonish illustration, this is about these little sheep. Look at the little icon, it's a sheep. And if you can hear the music, you'll note that that will get stuck in your head for quite some time. But let me explain a little bit about this game and why you should probably be enthused into buying this title. Okay, let's look at the how-to. I'm going to show you how to play Shephy. Okay. Shephy is a one-player card game. The basic goal of the game is to turn one sheep into 1,000 sheep. There's a card for 1,000 sheep. The game contains the following cards: sheep cards, event cards, and an enemy sheep timer. Basically, it's funny because this tells you how to set up the card game, but it tells you how to set up the card game if you actually had the physical card game, which you don't. This it's kind of funny because like they actually changed some of the rules of the card game and what some of the cards do in the post-loves story mode. Let's actually go into basic mode, and I'm just going to show it to you by playing a round of Shephy. Now, Shephy, like there's the basic idea is you start out with one sheep, and you have to use the cards, the event cards, that are in your hand to increase the amount of sheep that you have or decrease the amount of sheep depending on what's on the card. You have 3 rounds essentially. At the end of each round, which is going through an entire deck, because you have to use all the cards, the little card in the upper right hand corner will rotate. When it hits 1,000, if you do not have a 1,000 sheep card, you lose. The enemy sheep win, which you're not really playing against anyone that's visible, and it doesn't have a 2-player thing. But here, the cards themselves, let's see what we have here. Okay, I have one sheep out in my field, and I've got various cards. This one over here is Flourish, which lets you choose one of your sheep cards and receive 3 sheep cards of 1 rank lower. 1 is the lowest rank, so that wouldn't be useful. This right over here is Plague. It releases all sheep cards of 1 rank. This is Be Fruitful. Aside from the delicate illustrations, this one duplicates one of your sheep cards. Here's Dominion. Dominion is one of the most important cards in the game. In fact, what it does is it choose any number of sheep cards in the field and add their values and then replace them with 1 sheep card of equal or lesser value. In other words, if you've used Be Fruitful or other items to make, like, say, 3 sheep on your field, you use Dominion to turn them into a 3 sheep card. And then if you have three sheep cards and a 1 sheep card, you can turn that into a 10, and then to a 30, then to 100, to 300, and then finally 1,000. Of course, there are in order to go up in those ranks, you need Dominion, which you can actually change the voices in here. There are actually several language options. There's Chinese, Japanese, Korean, and English. This was apparently physically released very, very limited quantities. In fact, like if you wanted to pick up the actual card game this is based off of, the cheapest you could probably find it is about 50 to 60 bucks on Amazon. The first print ones are 3 digits. Like, seriously, this is kind of funny because this game is also available on the mobile phones, Android and iOS, and on Steam, where on Steam it's $5 unless it were on sale. I mean, that happens all the time with Steam stuff. And on the Nintendo Switch it's $5. The phone version allows you to download a basic demo of the game, and then you pay them about $5 or $4.50 if it's on sale to get the whole game. So pretty much, like, if you're gonna play this, I would actually recommend just skip the Steam version, skip the phone version, just buy it on the Switch if you have one, because that's the best deal. You can play it on the TV, you can play it on the go. This uses the touchscreen, and it's pretty effective in that way. You can also use actual controllers for this. Oh, this last one over here is a crowding card. Release all but 2 sheep cards. I'm actually, whenever you discard a card, it'll bring up the next one from your deck. I have 17 cards in my deck. I have a permanently remove section, which is, there are some cards that will permanently remove cards, because there are some things you don't want to use, and you want to get them out of the way. And then there's a discard pile. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and use crowding because it says release all but 2 sheep cards. I only have 1 sheep card, so I'll be fine. Looking at my stuff, I have Storm, which is release 2 sheep cards, and I have Be Fruitful. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and duplicate my number 1 sheep right here using Be Fruitful. I've got another Be Fruitful over here, and I'm going to go ahead and show this with Dominion. I select all 3 of these cards, hit up. I now have a 3 rank card, and I'm going to go ahead and use Be Fruitful. Some of these ones are oh, here's Fill the Earth. Fill the Earth is interesting. It places as many 1 sheep cards as you like in the field. This is good because there's a lot of different cards, like Storm, that take out your sheep. And this one will raise the rank of as many sheep cards as you like, except for the highest ranking sheep card, which we're going to hold on to that one. We're going to go ahead and use Fill the Earth, and we're going to fill it up to, we're going to do up to 5 here. Now I'm going to go ahead and use Golden Hooves, which will rank up all of these to a 3. And then that's just been added is Planting Sheep. This one removes 1 card in your hand from the game. You're going to want to hold on to that one because there is a card that removes 7 cards from your game, from your field. And you don't want to use that ever because that ends your game immediately. If you have nothing in your field, you lose. If you make it to round 4 without having a 1,000 sheep card, you lose. If, like, there are other versions of the game inside the story mode with different loss requirements. But yeah, pretty much, you run out of sheep, you lose. You don't hit your 1,000 mark, you lose. There's a lot of ways to lose in this game. Okay, I have all those. Oh, this one right here, the Meteor. This one, when you use it, you release 3 sheep cards, but you remove this one from the game permanently. So I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice 3 of my sheep up here. Bye-bye, sheep. Oh, the Sheepdog. Sheepdog discards 1 card from your hand, whereas Planting Sheep removes 1 from your hand. I'm actually going to go ahead. There is something called the All-Purpose Sheep, but I'm going to use that for something different. I'm going to go ahead and use Planting Sheep to remove Plague, because I'm not too scared of Shephy. Here's the All-Purpose Sheep. Choose a card. This will act as a copy of the card that you chose. That works on both negative and positive cards. And this is Shephy, which is that one that's like terrible. Instead of removing it directly, you know what? Actually, I'm going to use my All-Purpose Sheep to take out the Shephy, and then I'm going to go ahead and use my... Oh, Wolves. Wolves will reduce the rank of your highest ranking sheep card by 1, although sometimes these are intensely useful. Like, for example, it'll turn a 3 to a 1. Here's a Falling Rock, which removes 1 sheep card. Not too concerned about those. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Sheepdog to take out I'm going to take out this storm. Because wolves are not that bad. There's other stuff to worry about. And like, seriously? Okay, multiply. This one, multiply would give you 1 sheep card on the field with a 1/3 sheep card. It's pretty useful for that. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and use Dominion. We're gonna do 12, which will give us a 10. Oh, Lightning's pretty bad. Release one of your highest ranking sheep cards. Well, let's see. This one releases half your cards, which we're gonna use to get rid of that 3. Oh, inspiration, which lets you find stuff that's normally pretty useful, but okay, this one gives me 3 sheep cards of rank lower than mine. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna end up having to use the wolf to bring that down to a 3, use a falling rock to take care of this one, and then the lightning. Now everything that's in my discard pile comes back into my deck at the beginning of the next round. Anything that's in my remove pile is out of the game permanently. So this one's all but 2. I have 2 cards up there, so I'm just going to use that to get out of the way. Okay, we have a Be Fruitful, which I'm going to go ahead and use for this. Oh yeah, Shephy's still out there. Let's see. I'm going to turn that 3 into a 1. And I'm going to go ahead and use this Falling Rock. Yeah. Okay, Be Fruitful. I actually got to a bad start there. Normally by this time I'm actually in, well, let's see. We'll take out the Shephy. We don't really want it there in that mode anyways. So 1, 2, 3, these. Let's go ahead and use our Dominion. There we go, we got a 10. And here's our Sheepdog, which we're going to use to take out the storm. Did I take out Plague or not? Okay, multiply. And let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and use Golden Hooves. We're going to use this all-purpose sheep on, I'm thinking Golden Hooves. No, wait, no, we'll use it on Dominion. All-purpose sheep on Dominion to turn these. Nope, wait, no. We use Golden Hooves to turn each of these into a 3 and that one into a 10. And now we're going to go ahead and use all-purpose sheep to take this Dominion. Oh man, we don't have enough for it yet. Okay, let's see. Let's use Flourish. And what's an inspiration? The only one we have here is a Be Fruitful. We need to be at 30 or 100 going into round 3 in order to actually survive. But yeah, let's do Dominion. 1, 2, 3. This will give me a 30. And we're going to use a Slump to take this down. And we're going to use the all-purpose sheep on Be Fruitful. Unfortunately, we're going to have to use the lightning. And then we're going to use our Be Fruitful, so we've got about 60. Chances are, pretty much what you'll do is you'll play through this and you keep playing till you win or you lose, depending. But yeah, let's go ahead and do this lightning to take that 30 out. We'll take care of the crowding. We'll take care of the slump. We're gonna use this all-purpose on we're gonna use the all-purpose one on the Be Fruitful, making that into a 30. Okay, we're going to use Flourish. That gives us our 10s. Let's go ahead and use Playing Sheep to take wolves out completely. We're gonna use this to take out, let's see, Be Fruitful. There are 2 Dominions and then like 4 of the other one. Let's turn that into 100. So we're at 100. Let's go ahead and use this multiply. We're just going to use that multiply to take out this falling rock.
Falling rock.
Okay, sheepdog. We're going to use the sheepdog to take out the storm. And we're going to go ahead and use... Okay, we have an inspiration. Let's see what's still left. Fill the earth. Ugh. Well, we're going to come in pretty close to this. Let's go ahead and use our... Be fruitful. Be fruitful. Fill the earth.
Fill the earth.
And then we're going to use golden hooves to upgrade those. And then with Dominion, we're going to bring it up to a 300. And we're on round 4, which means we lost. Nature is cruel! But yeah, it's actually, once you get the hang of it, some games you'll win, some games you'll lose. It's a lot like Solitaire. But Post Loves is the real meat of this game, so to speak. There's actually 7 levels and an epilogue, and each of these different levels has has separate rules. For example, this one, you remove planting sheep, falling rocks, lightning storm, and meteor. And then you have plague, crowding, slumps, mules, and sheepion are now treated as plague. This one takes place for story reasons in an area where you're trying to get to 1,000 sheep card in your field. This one up here is interesting. The hell one. This one has you choose some of the event cards to use in the game, and then you have to choose like 2 fewer negative events. And the basic idea is to, after choosing the positive and negative cards, you have to get to 1,000 sheep. That one's not too bad. Some of these are interesting. This one, the triage, that one was difficult. This one, you start with the game and you have to remove multiply, fill the earth, dominion, and golden hooves. You start with a 1,000 sheep, and in 2 rounds you have to get your 1,000 sheep down to 1 single sheep card. This one, the 1, you have to keep the first sheep that you have, your first number 1 sheep, and you have to get to 1,000 sheep without getting rid of that card or losing that card. And that one's actually pretty difficult. The realization, the sacrifice, and the rainbow, each of those are... sacrifice, you're trying to... that introduced a thing called mutton, where you are literally removing your sheep cards instead of your event cards, and you have to remove about 13 event cards while still containing that. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about Post Loves and why this game is amazing. Let's get into the prologue for Shephy. If you're paying attention to the music, you're probably noticing that the music is fairly dramatic. This game is pretty dramatic and kind of dark. Let me just show you the prologue. I'm not going to spoil the story. Storyline is amazing. I think my favorite, I mean, seriously, some of the stuff that happens in this game, well, let me just go through the prologue to show you kind of how crazy it is. Let's watch the prologue. It's told comic book style. Next. Okay. Let's get into this. He was so big, so warm. It's still manga style. I can't read what's being written there, so hopefully it's accurate to the subtitles. We loved him. Slaughter them, every last one. He taught us so much about the sky, about fire, about birds, about light. Thinking back, it was all so that we could live on our own. You have given the sheep too much knowledge. We are born to this world only to die. Life creating life anew. And then look at this illustration. That is a sheep in a ditch bleeding out. How many times must this cycle repeat? Live together with them? Nonsense. We have lived on their flesh. They will never forget their hatred for us. Why were we all born to this place? Why are we still here? I mean, this is Metal Gear Solid levels of writing. But yeah, Shephy, Post loves. It is no longer safe here. You all must flee. You have to come with us, Grandpa Bruce. I can go no further, but you can go on. No, there's no point in living in a world without you, Grandpa. No point, you say? Quite the opposite, and I'll show you why. Roar! Seed hashing event plane herd yielder. Shephy. I mean, the shepherd literally opens up a rip in time and space, a black hole from which some horrifying sheep Evangelion would just emerge. This is essentially third impact with sheep, and now they're going to go into the seed hashing event plane herd yielder, or Shephy. Shephy's an acronym for a time and space, time and relative distance in space thing, like a black hole. These sheep will transcend time all the way back to before Narnia was created. Anyways, let's go to the next thing. This is a losing state. But this device can carry you to realms of different possibilities. So, talking, time traveling, omnipotent sheep. However, no one can predict what those possibilities might be. The laws of physics we know might not even apply there, and they don't. You may find yourself altered. Still, it is the only path you have if you wish to remain alive. I've seen a little bit of spoilers about the storyline, and this game is actually about both finding your place in life and accepting your eventual fate. The eventual fate of sheep is to be eaten to help mankind. This actually goes, okay, there is a part in one of those chapters where they're like, is it right for sheep to wield the power of God? And I'm like, oh, this is amazing. Anyways, life is enough. Do not be greedy. Heed my words. Run as far as you can, Simba, until even death grows tired of chasing you. Actually, this reminds me a little bit of Watership Down. It's like Prince with 1,000 enemies. If they catch you, they will kill you. But first, they have to catch you. But yeah, I like that line, actually. I would love to get that printed out, put it above like a doorway, so I wake up in the morning and all I see is, run as far as you can until even death grows tired of chasing you. That is just a awesome quote. Grandpa Bruce! And now they're going through this, wee-oo, yeah. You sent the sheep through the dimensional fork? You have betrayed mankind. He's kind of forked them over. Oh. Forgive me. I had love for them. Oh god, these people are creepy. You will pay for your crime. I'm like, when I was first starting this, is like, oh my god, are they going to crucify him? Because that would be amazing. I am prepared for my punishment. There are few punishments that would match a deed this heinous. Tell me, is the device still running? What are you planning to do? Go and rejoin the ones you love. Now that just got really dark. They're like, here is this horrifying medicine. See what they think of your new guise. The Shephy scattered the sheep across countless realities. What fate awaits them? Where will they go? Will they survive in these new worlds? What comes next? But seriously, the story is amazing. Actually, let me show you a little bit of the storyline for the Dark Ages really quick. These are tough. I was playing through these and it took maybe like, I think this first one with its difficulty, I figured it out and I got a win state within about 15-20 minutes. But some of these literally took like an hour or two, and I'm still not done with the storyline. There is a lot of content packed into this game, and I really feel that people should check it out. But yeah, Shephy, which you're watching me kind of play and talk about here on Gaming Paraphilia. Let's look at the story for the Dark Ages. Our sheep they go through dimensional door. Oh, that is just adorable and also dark. Where am I? I don't even know what's going on here. That's kind of, wait, did they turn the shepherd into a wolf, or is the shepherd dude, Grandpa Bruce, like a Shephy or something? Where am I? The place we arrived had a smell to it. No, it was worse than a smell, it was a stench. The entire world reeked of decay. It was Michigan. Anyways, oh, here we go. Like these little plague doctor things that show up here. This game is all sorts of levels of weird and messed up. I'm afraid we've been sent to a terrible new place. Probably Florida. Now, this is an age of darkness. It's Dimension B, people. It is a time of nightmares where death taints every moment of each lightless day. We must flee. We must escape the destruction that chases us. But yeah, this is a cute sheep game that's also both very meta and very metal. But yeah, basic idea here is that all the other cards are now plagues. So you have to deal with that. Let's do these.
Fill the earth.
Fill the earth. But yeah, most of this game is this. It's so dramatic, and then you're playing a card game with sheep. Flourish. And then let's add that multiply. You're the meaning in my life. You're my inspiration. Okay, let's see. I want my all-purpose sheep. No, I want my golden hooves. We'll hold on to the all-purpose sheep, actually. We'll hold on to that. Because we're going to use that sheepdog and other stuff to take out some of those plagues. Let's go ahead and be fruitful.
Be fruitful.
Okay, for that first one, we should probably take out the plagues with our sheepdog. So let's go ahead and use our sheepdog to take out this plague. The sheepdog and the all-purpose sheep. We'll take out a next plague. No. Sheepdog, take out my plague. Ugh, there's a lot of plagues. Well, you know what? We can take out the ones easy enough because we still have our threes. So let's go ahead and we'll add in one more of our threes, so we have that. And then what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to use Flourish after we do this. Let's use this for Dominion. I love that. Dominion. Now let's go ahead and use our Flourish. And let's go ahead and we could bring this golden hooves all the way up, but we have plagues to deal with. Oh no. Wait. You know what? We're gonna actually lose this one in the first round. Mainly because I didn't handle my plagues correctly. See, it's really easy to die in these. But we'll just go back and do other stuff. Here's some stuff that you can unlock when you're playing through this. There are records. The records are your basic, how many sheep you have survived, stuff you've beaten, things that you can unlock, view the prologues, survive sheep, lots of sheep, fill the earth, getting used to all these types of things. And there is a gallery, let me get out of the configurations, there is a gallery which shows you all the illustrations from the cards. And some of these are amazing. I think my favorites, here is a planet of sheep. This one is pretty fantastic. You have a lot going on in this game. And some of it's a little, But yeah, the different cards like Mutton, Inspiration. I would say that this game is appropriate for most ages who can handle the fact that this game is all about death and viciousness. I mean, seriously, if you're offended by the Be Fruitful card, or you look at it and go, oh, this looks terrible, maybe try this game. Find somebody who has it, or watch other people play through it and consider it. It's still this is a great game, even if some of the illustrations are a little bit morbid. Most of them are cute in a disturbing way. Let me go find one of the cute and disturbing way ones. Here's one of those 100s. You've got a giant sheep and other sheep are living on it. Here's a tower of sheeple. Here's a cube full of sheep, which is pretty funny. Here's the 3 sheep ones. They're Bremen Town musicians. We're not going to discuss this one. And let's see. Some of the stuff that happens, like seriously, the Shephy on. That's Grandpa Bruce. Look at this sheepdog. That's adorable. I like planting sheep because this makes it look like this little sheep is some type of paper master from Read or Die. And the crowding sheep, like the illustrations are adorable. The game is only $5. Once you get the hang of it, it is incredibly addictive, and you will lose chunks of time to it. I personally like it a lot. I'm not going to play through the story mode because I'd rather people be able to discover those on their own. I actually think you should check out that story. Gameplay wise, I like it. It's pretty good for pick up and play type stuff. You don't even have to use the controllers for it. You just pull your Switch out as a tablet and you can use your finger for that. But yeah, you can spend your time fingering sheep. Anywho, let me know in the contents in the comments below what you think of Shephy. Have you played the actual card game? Have you checked it out on the on your iPhone or Android phone? Because it's in the Google Play and the iOS stores, and worth checking out. Let me know in the comments below what you think of Shephy. I think this game is completely underrated. It's a game that came out for the Nintendo Switch, and for $5, if you want something that'll kill hours of your time for a while and will challenge you, this is good. It's like Solitaire, but it's kind of like there's some card games where you play through these collectible card games and they're just tough. I do wish it had a 2-player option. I'm not sure how they would do that. But other than that, I like it. The challenge mode is a score attack type thing. Basic mode is your basic game. And then Post Loves is where they switch it up a bit. Cool thing about Post Loves though, is if you're in these, like let's go to this one. This one's hard. The Rainbow. When round 3 is finished, if you have sheep cards of all ranks, you win. That one is ridiculously difficult. But it's funny because, yeah, this one. Plague reads as follows. Genghis Khan. Remove all sheep cards of 1 rank. You have different win conditions. I have to admit that this one right here was amazing. The triage where you're trying to get down from 1,000 sheep to only 1 sheep within 2 rounds. That was incredibly difficult. And the way it's designed, it allows you to take the physical cards that you already have and cross-play this style between it. Kind of like how you can take you can cross-save between, say, the Master System version of Wonder Boy and the Nintendo Switch version. This is a game that has cross-compatibility game-wise or feature-wise with a physical card game. Kind of neat. But yeah, it gives you new rules so that you can try it out on your own if you own the cards. The cards are significantly more expensive than this game, so if you're interested in a challenging puzzle slash kind of randomly like card game, you should pick up Shephy. I like it. This is not a review though, this is more or less just my playing through a little bit here and showing it off, telling you about it. So let me know what you think of it. I like the sheep. I wish I could find the art from this. Let me go to my extras, go to the credits. I wish I could find this person, Pawn or Stepper Stop. I wish I could find like the artwork for that on bags or other types of stickers, because the artwork is pretty cute, if not just kind of morbid, and I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody in here that worked on developing this game. The voice actress in Japan is Irina Tsutsui, and the voice actor in English is Ali Mari, or Marie, or Mai, I don't know. And then special thanks for Shinako Nagao, I don't know who that is, and then like some of the direction stuff for that. It's like Comico, it's one of those little games where, hey, if you've got, for less than the cost of a cup of coffee, you could own hours and hours of good entertainment and challenge. So yeah, I like it. Let me know what you think of it. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't already. Hit that share button if you haven't already, because seriously, infect people with sheep. Come on, this is great. You can be all like about Shephy, so beep beep, I'm a sheep. Yeah, memes. Anywho, let me know in the comments below what you think. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't already. Hit that share button if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you hit the subscribe button, make sure that you ring that little bell so that you're notified whenever we have a brand new video here on Area DMG. Until the next video comes out, you are now caught up.